Prophet Mohammed is scapegoat for Islamic terrorists. Islamic terrorists wrap themselves in the mantle of the Prophet Mohammed to scatter terror, banditry, the most terrible crimes in the world. Islamic terrorists are proctors, mindless, degrading, trampling the Prophet Muhammad's name. In what appears intolerable, the 1.6 billion Muslims around the world are saying nothing and leave Islamic terrorists to assassinate Prophet Muhammad's reputation. In addition, the President of the United States, Mr. Obama, and British Prime Minister, Mr. David Cameron, spoke about the peaceful Muslim moderators, and these peacemakers, until now, did nothing to save, to protect Prophet Muhammad's names, to dignify the Islamic religion. Again, Mr. President and Prime Minister, condemning a person to 100 lashes for criticizing the Prophet. It is savagery. It is violence. We must break the ice of this hypocrisy. We must be responsible to denounce the Islamic religion. It's not a religion of tolerance. It is not a moderate religion. Let's be serious. Be responsible. Let's promote the diplomacy of good faith. They will reach a point to call a cat by its name. Do not just blame the terrorists, the criminals of Charlie Weekly magazine. They were radicalized by the power of speech. No one can ignore the word. The word is powerful. For example, Mr. Erdogan, former Prime Minister of Turkey, now he is the president of his country, the one that several heads of state can be classified as a moderate, said, the mosques are our barracks, the domes our helmets, the minaret are our bayonets, and the faithful are our soldiers. This coalition is not peaceful. It can radicalize Islamic brainless. Sheikh Al-Qaradawi, the president of the European Council for Warfare and Research, parents legal structure of the UOIF, said, Islam will return to Europe as a conqueror and a victor. This word is not moderate. It is radicalization. These great Islamic men do not use the bombs to kill people, but they evoke the word as their strategy to persuade Islamic short-sightedness to do crimes. People that President Obama and Prime Minister David Cameron have chosen to as moderate Islam, his hands, or their hands, are also soaked in the blood of victim of Charlie Weekly in France. Man is his thought. In other words, I think, therefore I am. It is not only the one who killed the snake who is guilty, but also one that causes the killing. Their hands soak in the blood. The propagandists, publicists, the media must be scrupulous by spreading the news about ISIS, because by labeling ISIS as an unprecedented terror group, this could be seduce a lot of young folks who have problem of identity. They can do whatever it takes to identify themselves. As a matter of fact, multitude of young people do not yet have a personal identity. They are looking for an identity, and it is one of the reasons that ISIS recruiters are targeting the early adults. It is social psychology, which is the scientific study of how people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by the real presence, imagined, or implied presence of others. The evaluation of the self plays a convincing role in people's lives. They seek to compare themselves to others. For example, the Muslim use Prophet Muhammad as a scapegoat to identify themselves. However, the Prophet was not a terrorist. He would never declare war to those who had insulted him or condemn them to 1,000 lashes. How ironic to say that Islam is a religion of tolerance, a religion that overcomes freedom of expression. Many say that freedom of expression doesn't allow to insult others. Mr. Pope Francis said, freedom of expression does not give the right to insult the faith of others. Pope Francis, there is no law that prevents a person from insulting you. And as you know, people insult Jesus Christ, the Son of God. But who are you to prevent others to criticize you or insulted you or to insult you? Logically speaking, if one can insult you, so they can do the same for the Prophet Mohammed. Mr. Ahmed Davutoglu, the Prime Minister of Turkey, you cannot say that everyone has to respect the Prophet Muhammad. All people are not Muslims. He said, we cannot accept insult to the Prophet. It is a way to say that the world has to accept the Sharia. And those who refuse to do so can get killed by Islamic terrorists. Mr. Prime Minister, Islamic law or Sharia, pure and simple, it's for Muslims, okay? General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the Egyptian president, said that Islamic religion needs a reform. Islam cannot survive as a religion without a reform. This reform will be in the interest of all Muslims, and it will make the relations between Muslim and religions. It will provide peace around the world. No one can ignore that Muslim is a major religion of humanity. But without a Quranic reform, Islam is in danger of being destroyed by the barbaric acts, unconscious actions. Bloodshed in the name of Islam must be abolished, so that Islam can be reconciled with his Muslim brothers, with all religions in the world, and live a peaceful life. Finally, Islam is the work of man. It can also be formed by man. Thank you.